Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Tom Oliva with Sonny's Wellness CBD, and today we're talking about how CBD can help with PTSD. Really important topic. Tom, you want to introduce
Thanks, Austin, for
yourself?
having me.
You bet.
So my name's Tom. I am the owner of Sonny's Wellness. We're a eco-friendly CBD company looking to improve the lives of people, pets, also the planet, and we've got a lot to say. So today's topic is about PTSD, something that I'm sure all of us have heard at least a story or have a loved one that might be affected by it. And it's definitely something very tough to manage. And it could be, a lot of people associate it with like a war or something like that, but it could be, from anything from an encounter, an animal, there's a lot of different scenarios where PTSD comes into play in everyday life that not everybody thinks of. And CBD can really help just mitigate the issues and kind of just help be a crutch in some of the day-to-day struggles. We can get into it on a scientific level. We can get into it on a basic level. But in a nutshell, it puts you in a calmer state that makes all the trauma that might pass through your mind less likely. It also shows that it could reverse some of this trauma after time and consistent use, but it's gonna take away from the anxiety. It's gonna take away from potential panic attacks, and really just help you maintain a less stressed day to day. It's going to put you in a much more calming state. And there's studies that prove this, and there's also provide strong evidence of this. There could always be more research done, but there are a lot of studies on PTSD and anxiety and stress more specifically, and it's a really good tool. It really helps.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you for that great intro. Could you dive a little bit deeper into how CBD and how cannabis in general, what it does to the body and our mind physically and emotionally and mentally to help relieve some of those stressors that come along with PTSD?
Absolutely. So all vertebrates, obviously humans, have what's called an ECS, which is an endocannabinoid system. That system plays a major part in everyday functions like sleep, like your appetite, pain, mood, inflammation. So all major keys that, play a factor in how you're feeling, how your body's feeling. So CBD helps navigate what goes into that system and make sure that things don't collide in the wrong way or it's massaged in the right way. And it really helps decrease the chance of something going wrong or a trigger. And then in certain cases, after continued use, and depending on how much of the use, but they were actually able to reverse some of the issues that they had experienced and really kind of just put the issue to bed. So it's exciting stuff. More research needs to be done. Definitely always consult with your doctor. Nothing's FDA approved, but this is a natural substance that doesn't have side effects that can help you in a lot of different ways.
No, that's fantastic, and it's doing a lot of good work. Even though that all the studies aren't there, it is being shown to really help a lot of people. So that's amazing. Let's talk about best ways, if there is a best way to consume CBD for PTSD. Is it better to smoke it? Is it better to eat it, take drops, eat a gummy?
So it's the consumption side of it, the dosing side of it, really is a case-by-case basis. So, a lot of it is your body weight in the sense of how much of it you want to consume and also the best way to consume it. A lot of it is personal preference. Some old school people don't like putting a tincture under their tongue. Some people only or habitually do really like to smoke, and that's something they really enjoy. And then some people just like to eat gummies or a pill or something like that. For me, I think the healthiest way to do it and the way that it is most effective and quickest are the tinctures. So that would be drops under your tongue You let it sit there for 30 to 60 seconds. The longer, the better, though, because the quicker it's going to absorb. And that's something that's going to act fast. You can also, we have some flavored options. So, it's a good tasting thing. The soft gels are really popular because it's the consistent same dose. You don't taste anything, but they take closer to an hour to kick in. Same thing with like an edible or a gummy. Those are the most fun. But you're usually getting stuff that has additives or, the sugars, the syrups, stuff that, if you're in the wellness side of things, you don't necessarily need to mix. It's nice, it's fun, but it's not like the healthiest, most recommended. I think the drops and then the soft gels are really good options. And then smoking it's the worst way to absorb it in your body, but it is one of the quicker ways to absorb it at the same time. So smoking it's even quicker than taking it under the tongue, but you need a lot more of it usually. But in its own right, smoking can be the best way, depending on what people's issues are, especially, neurologically, like the seizure side of things and the shakes and things like, sometimes there's lots of studies and cases where one hit will, bring somebody back to normal for a couple hours. So it really depends on what your situation is. With PTSD, I think all of those options are good. If the person smokes cigarettes and is very familiar with smoking already, that's not a bad alternative. There's a lot of studies showing that it helps with addiction as well. It can help curb some of those other issues. But if I were to recommend it, I would say the tinctures are the best across the board as far as being pretty quick, very accurate, tasting pretty good. So that's what I would say.
No, that's fantastic. And you had touched upon addiction as well. So anybody that's watching, make sure that you subscribe because we're going to be talking about the benefits of CBD for addiction as well. I want to also ask you here, is CBD enough for PTSD? Is there anything else that sort of enhances the effects of CBD for PTSD specifically, or is just taking a good amount or the recommended dosage of CBD enough to help relieve the symptoms?
I think no matter what your issue is, you always need to do more than just take something. So CBD is a great tool and it will absolutely help, but it's not a cure. And a lot of things that are part of the reason why people are down are their mindset or like what they're eating, what their activities are. So there's a lot of things at play. What I would suggest someone that is struggling with PTSD, any type of mental or physical issue, the whole umbrella of problems is definitely take CBD. Definitely, make sure you're having enough water, like good drinks, not soda, Gatorade, Snapples, that stuff, water. And then also, eating right. What you're putting in your body is very healthy. Make sure you get enough of your greens. But my biggest number one thing is getting outside. You need to be outside and lose the stresses of the technology and the social structure and the pressure and get back to things that connect with you naturally, that you don't even have to think about and you feel good about. And that's being outside, going for a walk, going fishing, hitting the beach, going for hikes, all that type of stuff. Even if it's sports, any type of yoga, any type of fitness, and do it inside, and that's great too. But make sure you get outside once or twice a week. It's really important. And on a whole another level, there's lots of studies on how bird watching and going on hikes and getting really good views and stuff, how that lowers anxiety and stress. And all these little things make changes that allow you to get into the right headspace to really make bigger moves and bigger decisions. If you're not constantly worrying about your pain or your stress or what's bothering you, other things will fall into place. So CBD is a huge tool. What you put in your body aside from that is almost more important than CBD. But being active, being outside, being with people, that stuff is medicine that you can't get. So that's where I would say is get outside and take CBD.
Fantastic, Tom. So well said. Where can people find more about Sonny's Wellness and buy any products?
Yeah, so definitely check out our Instagram at Sonny's Wellness. We've got an up-and-coming YouTube and Pinterest channel as well at Sonny's Wellness. And then our website, of course, sonnyswellness.com. And, we're starting to do some more write-ups. So definitely Google us and, stay in tune with this. and see what other topics we're talking about, because we're just getting started and we're really looking to educate. And, you know, shoot us a message on Instagram or shoot us an email on our website if you have any questions. We're looking to help. We're looking to spread the word. And our motto at Sonnies is, it's never too late to grow. It doesn't matter how old you are, what shape and size you are, you know, everybody can improve a little bit, and everybody knows somebody or is struggling a little bit mentally or physically, and CBD can really be a really nice tool to help you.
Well said, brother. So if you have anyone that you think will benefit from CBD, you want to join the mission of educating about CBD, share this video with one person that you think would really benefit, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Austin, as always, you're the best.